Good morning, girls. As we have learned the um, result set metadata for Oracle in the last session, today we'll learn the same thing for the Access database. Right? For the Access database, we'll get the detail of Access database, Access table. We need to do some procedure before we start doing this program. First is to check for the DSN in system and securities, and then go to administrative tools, go to data sources and select the system DSN. Here we need to create one DSN for Access database, right? So let us check it out. Here you can see the lots of DSN created: my DSN 1, my DSN 2, my DSN 1 configure. Here you can see the F Oracle J2EE chapter number 2, chapter 2 and DB2. This is a path for our database. Let me open this database first. For that we need to open Access database, Microsoft Office Access. Here the database is F Oracle J2EE chapter 2 and chapter 2 DB2. Here we can find the table 1 also. If this table is not available, you can create your own table, as I shown in the previous session somewhere, how to create a table, how to insert a column in this table and how to insert the data, right? So here you can see the same structure as we have created in Oracle database. There were 2 columns in my tab 2. Similarly here you can see the 2 columns in TBL1, number and name, right? So here the table is already exist, DSN is already exist. We will use this table and DSN in our JDBC coding. Close all the windows on the screen, close everything. Now just open NetBeans IDE to do the JDBC connection with Access database, right? So some of the steps are same. We can say that almost many of the steps are same. Still we'll do it again. Now choose your appropriate project. Here JDBC connection is the name of our project. Go with Java class. This is program number 19. I'm going to open program number 19, then click on finish. Delete this commented portion and start typing import java.sql. This package is required for our program. As you know that this package is most important for our all JDBC connection projects, right? Now public static void main, again we need 4 objects of connection, statement, result set and result set metadata. Let us define these objects first. Connection, the object name is con. Statement class, the name of object of this class is st. Third object, result set, and the name of object is rs. Result set metadata, rsm. The object of this class is RSM, cannot find a symbol. Here the D must be in capital letters. You can see that error is disappeared now. Now we'll take try block. As usual, we will cover the code where maybe a chance of arising an error, right? And catch block with exception E class, exception class with object E. Okay, now our code begin. First of all, we need to do the connection. For that we will register the driver. As usual, we will take class.forName method for the registration of driver, right? Then inside the double quotation, sum.jdbc.odbc .jdbc odbc driver, and connection equals to driver manager dot get connection. For DSN, no need to take second and third parameters, that are username and password. The name of DSN is my DSN. That's it. The registration of driver is done. st equals to connection dot create statement. With two parameters, create statement with two parameters, that is result set dot type scroll insensitive. The constant indicating the type for a result set object that is scrollable but generally not sensitive to change to the data that underline the result set. We'll take this option. Then second option is result set dot conquer updatable. We'll take the second option, conquer updatable. The constant indicating the concurrency mode for a result set object that may be updated. So we'll go with the second option, conquer updatable. Now execute the query. rs equals to st dot execute query, which query we will pass as a parameter. So select query, here we will take select query, select star from tbl1 tbl1 is the name of table. rsm equals to rs dot get metadata. This method will return the type, number and properties of the object of access database, right? So here our object is tab tbl1 is the name of object, first of all we want to print the name of table. And the appropriate message I will take. Table name is rsm dot get table name. Table name, this method. Then next column is case sensitive or not, that information also we can get through the one method, that is case sensitive, right? So we'll write system.out.println. Here column is case sensitive, will give an appropriate message. Column is case sensitive. Case sensitive, and the method used for getting this information is rsm dot is case sensitive. As you can see, the name of this method in this list is case sensitive. This indicates whether a column case matters or not. You can pass the index number for a particular column. We'll pass 1. Then next is column auto increment. We can check whether the column is auto incremented or not. We can get this information through the method name. Auto incremented, yes or no, right? Concrete the method name rsm dot is auto increment. Is auto increment. Will get true or false the boolean value as a result. Boolean value as a result. Replace this parameter with index number. 1 is an index number. Then one more method. Class name, column class name. We'll concrete the method rsm dot get column class name. Index number is, here we are gathering all the information about the first column only. system.out.println. The next we will find the catalog name, means table name. Table name for a particular column we can find with the help of rsm.getCatalog name. Right, so you can get the catalog name also through this method. Let me execute the program. As you can see, the connection is done successfully. The name of table is TBL1. Column is case sensitive. We are gathering the information of first column, so everything is about the first column only. Column is case sensitive, false. Our first column of TBL1 is not case sensitive, so we got the message false, boolean value. Column is auto incremented. No, this is not auto incremented, false. Your class name is java.lang.integer. Here you can find the class name, appropriate class name for this particular column. Our first column is number data type, so got the result java.lang.integer. The name of table, catalog name, this is not shown. Let me comment this line. Now do more coding. Let us do some more coding. Then we will count the number of columns defined in this particular object. Integer size rsm.get column count. As we have already used this method in the previous program, in program number 18, right? So now all of you are very well aware of this method. Now for loop we will define to get the name of all the columns in my TBL1, right? For that, create one object, create one variable of type integer I equals to 1. Begin this loop with the value 1, and how many times we want to iterate this loop? Less or equal to size, less or equals to size I plus plus, and inside the loop we will get the column name by defining a variable of type string. cnm. Don't copy and paste the code from the previous program, as this code is new for us, so it is better you type yourself get column name, right? Get column name. Will pass I as a parameter because we want to pass 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively in this method. Then second will print the name of this column by system.out.println. Inside the bracket we will pass column name. Print the value of cnm over here, and semicolon. Get column display size. The next method we will use rsm.get column. First we will give an appropriate message, that is size is you can print the detail on the same line by just giving a print method, by calling a print method. No need to give ln. But if you are printing on the same line, use the /t for the separation, right? Here I will take rsm dot get column display size, get column display size, and pass I over this bracket. Then next is column writable. This column writable. Again we will take rsm dot is column rsm dot is writable and will pass I as an object, I as a parameter, right? The next method is, as the method's name suggests, you can understand that whether this method this column is writable or not. Now next is readable. Is readable. rsm dot is read only. We'll take read only. Okay. Then we will take is sign. rsm dot is sign method will take. This will indicate whether the value is designated column are sign number, means plus or minus. This will again return a boolean value, true or false. We'll get the result in the form of boolean value, true or false, right? Let me execute this much code. Here you can see the name of table. Then up to this we already done up to this portion, this much, right? Now the column size is 11. Size is 11. Is writable, false. Is readable, false. We are talking about the first column. Is sign, true. Column name is name. Size is 50. Then here you can find the second column, detail about the second column, right? This is the detail about the second column, and this 4 lines. Column name is number, the size is 11, is writable, false, is readable, false, is sign. This is all about the first column. As we have only 2 columns defined in our table, so we got the detail about these 2 columns, right? Now let us come outside. Let us come outside this for loop. Here we will do the connection, closing the connection, connection dot close, and we'll execute it once again. We'll get the same result, right? The detail about the first column and the detail about the second column. So here you can see that lots of more methods are available for results at metadata, but we have taken some of the methods. These methods are very easy, and these are important for your final exams also. તમને ફાઇનલ એક્ઝામની અંદર ક્વેશ્ચન આવી શકે that explain the result set metadata with any 5 methods, right? So you can write everything about this 5 columns, 5 methods. તમે 5 methods છે એને સમજાવી શકો because these are the easiest method of result set metadata. અને તમે એનો યુઝ પણ અહીંયા પ્રોગ્રામની અંદર જોઈ લીધો. So you can write the example of this methods also if the question comes in your final examination, right? So up to this, enough for today. Thank you.